This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about AJ Brown destroy a quote unquote fan. Also, we're going to talk about Jalen Carter, him being constantly held, but still being dominant. And lastly, Cooper DeJean is actually bringing back the 2017 vibes. But let's get straight into it. All right, so before we hop straight into it, I want to talk about the fullback we signed. I'm gonna call him KB, but you see his name right here. This is exciting. This lets you know that the Bandman Sumarin thing wasn't just like a gimmicky thing that we were doing. It's like, yo, Bandman Sumarin was a really good fullback for the Philadelphia Eagles, and losing him is a big thing. A lot of you guys are like, well, he only played 22 snaps, but I think in those 22 snaps, I think he was averaging like 7, 8 yards per game, per carry or whatever, by Saquon Barkley. So Batman Superman was very important, not just doing the fullback thing, but on special teams, man. Special teams was great for sure, but he was a very valuable piece. And don't get it twisted, Batman Superman was a big loss. It was a big loss. So the Eagles actually went out and signed the fullback. I thought we was probably going, sign one of the tight ends to the active roster. But we're like, nah, we're going to actually get a fullback. So shout out to the new fullback. Obviously, he's going to get playing time. Not much snaps probably, but when he's in the game, and because he plays the position, he's going to know exactly what he's doing. And Saquon is going to be Saquon. So shout out to the fullback. I seen a highlight of him. He's very explosive too. Very explosive when he got the ball in his hand. So again, shout out to the fullback. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for getting the actual fullback. That lets you know we very serious. Again, I don't think we signed the fullback since 2016. I know Leonard Weaver was everybody's favorite back in the early 2010s. So I, I like the sign it. I like the sign it. It helps the team. But let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about AJ Brown. So AJ Brown, you know, been averaging like 5, 6 catches a game or whatever, and he's been dominant in my personal opinion. I think he's been great. I think when he got the ball in his hand, he do great things for sure. And some fans are like, yo, he need more targets. We need to throw the ball more, et cetera, et cetera. But A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, a lot of our receivers answered this question so many times. They like, Saquon is Superman. Saquon is just having one of those years. Like, for example, you look at the Rams game, A.J. Brown had 6 yards in the touchdown. Any receiver will live with those numbers. It'll be great. And they probably be the topic of conversation, right? How dominant the receiver were with those type of numbers. But Saquon had 255 yards and what, like 2 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. It's just one of those years. It's one of those years. Like AJ Brown to have 100 plus yards, Saquon to have 150 or something like that. Again, it's one of those years. And we know AJ Brown probably would have been had 1,000 yards, but he missed more than half of the Jacksonville Jaguars game, if I'm not mistaken. And he missed those like 2 games in the beginning of the season. So he already missed like 2.5 games. And what AJ Brown got about like 800 yards total. That's a pretty good season. So this fan went out his way and had to say this about AJ Brown, and AJ Brown responded. He said, Yumbo, I need you to regain that vicious swagger back. We need that AJ Brown that was always in demon mode when he took the field. Hell, I need the whole team on demon time. Fly Eagles fly. I don't know what football this guy been watching, but I think everybody pretty much been on quote unquote demon time. AJ Brown's like, bro, turn the tape on. I'm always on go. I can only do so much. Dot dot dot. I don't take the last line as a disrespectful thing or whatever, because he's right. You having Saquon having a season the way he's having, it is only so much he can do. I'm just saying we barely passing the ball, but when he get the ball, he take advantage of his opportunities. I think the big difference between this year and the past couple years, even including the Super Bowl year, is that it's not our passing game that's closing the games. Because remember, Miles Sanders wasn't a closer. DeAndre Swift wasn't a closer, but Saquon is a closer. He can close the game, and then plus we know running the ball runs the clock. Like if we go back to the Baltimore game, it was what 14-12. We got the ball back in the fourth quarter. We was like, yo, they not going to touch the ball. And we ran it like 17 times. And by the time Baltimore got the ball back, when we had the ball in that 7-minute frame, it was like 40 seconds left, less than a minute left because we ran so much time out. And then plus we scored. I remember we tried things like that last year, but Kenneth Gainwell and Swift couldn't do it. So now it comes down to, all right, Jalen Hurts, you got to make a play. And AJ and Devontae, we got to make a play in the pass game. And what happened is that when you throw incompletions, it stops the clock and it gives the other team opportunity to score. Whereas though this team, we run it. Jalen Hurts run it. Saquon run it. It runs so much time out that we don't really need to pass it because we start leaning on the offensive line and Saquon and then Jalen with his legs. What's the reason to throw it really in the fourth quarter at all? Especially when we had a lead. When we had a lead, you might as well say goodbye. You're not going to win. You're not going to win because once we lean on that offensive line and Saquon Barkley, it's going to be really hard for teams to beat us. Now, if we go into a game we don't have a lead in the fourth quarter or whatever, then maybe we start passing the ball a little more. But if we got the lead, we're going to lean on that offensive line in the run game. It just is what it is. And when we do that, it affects the wide receiver numbers. It just do. But I think what AJ Brown didn't have a game more than 6 catches, but when he catch the ball again, he make big things happen. So like AJ Brown said, turn on the tape, and again, he only could do so much because the play style. It just is what it is. It's not like he's having 10, 15 yards. One, AJ Brown is paid, which he know. Two, he's still dominant, which he know. More than likely still going to be a Pro Bowler for sure. And three, it's nothing to complain about because we're winning. It's not like, oh, we losing and we're not getting AJ involved. Unpopular opinion, I still think AJ Brown's the most important player over Saquon, my personal opinion. I'm just saying, AJ Brown being on the field makes Saquon more dominant. Just saying, my personal opinion. But again, man, I just don't get it. I don't get some of these fans. But let's talk about Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, dominant. I think PFF did wrong. PFF did my guy wrong. He was held a lot. They gave him a bad grade. But he continues to play every snap of the game, continues to be dominant. And that rookie wall jump that happened last year ain't happening this year because towards the end of the season, it seemed like, the Jordan Davis and the Jalen Carters and stuff, they start slowing down a lot. Whereas though as the season go on, it seemed like Jalen Carter is getting better. But let's let Baldy break down some of Jalen Carter's game.
Watch Jalen Carter take on this fly sweep here to Zay Flowers. He jumps out of his shoes like a lion in the Serengeti, getting himself a nice little snack. And that's exactly what Zay Flowers was, a nice little snack. Then you watch him down the goal line here, like just pressuring. You can't keep him out of that gap. Once he gets that swim move going, like he's going to get to Lamar. Another big play right there. You watch him right here. Watch what he does to Linderbaum right here. He got double teamed on every pass play. Like watch him just throw Linderbaum. Just smack him. And then when Lamar gets outside the pocket, Nolan Smith cleans up. Played great too. Really good game. Then you watch this, a key play right here. Like you watch this, there's the double team. And Lamar starts making a break on it right here, but he ain't getting away from the baby Rhino. He takes him down right here. It's a sack, intentional grounding right here. And then, Jalen's from Apopka. Lamar's from Pompano. Maybe there's a little Florida conversation going on here, man. Like, you guys out there on the coast, you ain't better than us. No, this is Orlando. We show up, we show out, bro. That's exactly what he said to him. Then you watch this. Like, you watch Faalele. He's 390 pounds. He's the biggest player in the league. Like, I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's pretty restricted. But it's one play after another. Like, you watch this. He's doubling every pass play. Every pass play was the Ravens, no matter where he lined up. That's why he went over to the other side last night. Like, here's the double. But still, here he comes. I don't know what that is. But if you saw a 330-pound man flip like that, you'd think maybe there was something illicit going on. Like, he takes on the human eclipse here of Faalele. He takes him on. Man, now there's the King. King's going to cut off that right? Now, not only does the King get tackled, he gets thrown backwards, like 5 yards backwards. Like, Jalen Carter played every snap. That's why he's exhausted right here. Like, one place you won't find Jalen Carter is on the sideline while the defense is on the field. Every snap last night.
See what I mean? Dude is dominant, man. That dude is dominant. Hard to stop him for sure. I think he's a Pro Bowler. To me, he's playing like an all-pro. But they got to get some of them holding calls, because I think once teams know, like, oh, the ref's really not calling holding, we're going to do it. He's that dominant. They're going to hold Jalen Carter until the refs step in. But the coaches and stuff had to say something about it. And Vic Fangio was even asked about it, and this is what Vic Fangio had to say as well.
I don't know, you got any ideas? There was one play in particular where he was grossly held and pulled to the ground, and, there was no call. So, yes, and I don't know what we can do about it.
See, you're like, yo, like, what can I do? I think they should really submit something. I think the more we complain, the fans, the coaches, the officiating got to watch it. Because I think once one or two calls go our way, then it's going to be like, oh, okay, we can't hold them or we can't do this. Because I seen a play where Jalen Carter got tackled by the guard in Baltimore. No call. But every little ticky-tacky thing we did, they called. So I guess that's how the games go, they say. That's how it go, right? All right, so let's get into the last topic. DeJean. I think he's bringing back the vibes, the way he's playing, the things he's doing. And, he got that calm, like, seemed like when he off the field, he got that calm, cool composure. But when he's on the field, he's on go. But look at the sideline after he made the hit on Derrick Henry. And let's let Fran Duffy talk about it.
On the postgame show yesterday, we were having fun with this celebration from Cooper DeJean's outstanding play, planting Derrick Henry on 3rd and long. I don't know what you're calling the celebration, but I love the fact that all the guys were doing it afterwards. But going back and watching the film this morning, it didn't start after the play. It actually started as the play was happening, and I was cracking up, honestly, watching the sideline here. Look up at the top of the screen. You're going to see the whole Eagles bench go nuts and do this celebration. And it's not just the guys that are like standing up. It's the guys on the bench. It's the guys that have like the warming jacket, the heating jackets on. We're going to go up to the top of the screen. Start with Moro Ojima. Here he's circled here. He's got the jacket on. As soon as the hit happens, watch Moro. He jumps out of the jacket. You got guys jumping off the bench, and they are all doing the celebration. Look at Thomas Booker. Look at Jordan Davis. You got Oren Burks in there. Jalix Hunt. All these guys are all jumping in, and you just see this energy, like that youthful exuberance. There's Jeremiah Trotter Jr., number 54 there on the 38-yard line. All these guys are going nuts, and it's not just the players. You've got assistant coaches jumping into the fray, coming in from 30 yards away, doing the celebration, right? This may seem silly, but this is the kind of juice that you want to be able to see from these guys, especially getting into this time of year. There's a saying, execution breeds energy. It breeds excitement. And I think you're seeing that certainly from the Seagulls defense. And even on offense, you see the guys celebrating, offensive linemen pointing as Saquon Barkley is taken off for big plays. It's the same idea. This team has really come together over these last couple of months.
You see how they all go crazy. Then that new celebration, I'm assuming it's an inside, joke type thing. So, look, Cooper, keep it up, man. You're doing your thing. You continue to prove me wrong, which I love. I say you should be redshirted. You haven't had training camp and this and that. I was off on that one. Training camp, preseason, none of that mattered to you. You going off. Definitely going off, man. Man, you're having a phenomenal season. Only going to get better. This is year 1. Imagine year 3, year 4 when you hit that prime. So, again, shout out to Cooper DeJean. Keep doing your thing. Keep bringing back the vibes. You know, a lot of people keep saying 2022 vibes. I'm about to stop saying that because we lost the Super Bowl that year. Let me say 2017 vibes because we trying to win one. We trying to win. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the new fullback? I know I went on a little rant about the A.J. Brown thing, but I'm a huge A.J. Brown fan, as everybody know. Also, Cooper DeJean, Jalen Carter, and this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.